Hello, YouTube land. Check your clocks because it's amateur hour time. Welcome back to Danganronpa. In the last episode, things happened. I actually got a bad ending, which thanks to Keegan, he gave me that little tidbit with the whole picture with Hina and me being a baby dad or something like that, being the father of and other things. So that was an alternate reality that didn't happen. I almost died. I almost got executed because of my quote unquote friends. So yeah, I'm a little salty about that, but we managed to survive because of alter ego, and we fell into the pit of trash. And Kyoko followed after me. So we're here to talk about why she did that or something like that. So without further ado, let's just jump right into this episode. Leave a like for Danganronpa. Leave a like for Kyoko, trash, and more trash. So here we go. Let's see. But Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me? To pay a debt. Or no, to atone. Atone? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. Well, kinda. So you knew that I knew. But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. A reason? Why'd you have to survive? I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. What is it? So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak? That's right. At least I did. Once. Once? Until recently, I've forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory? Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here. That's right. I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that? Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because... I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow, they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you? And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind, which is why I had to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But what if you say it's true? Why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you? If I did that, we all worked as one, the mastermind wouldn't notice right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What? Well, don't make it too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind. One of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself. That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen,
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
hey,
Even now, I can still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you to help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Okay. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Ooh, you mentioned your ability.
I,
My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Ah, good. The ultimate detective?
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. Okay, you had to find someone. Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Oh. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child, and as it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad. Is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. That's why she acted like that. I'll find a way. Huh?
I,
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
no,
No, no matter the cost.
so,
Kyoko? What's going on?
I,
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
however,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess and the desk drawers were dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is this some kind of map?
Indeed,
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map that showed the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have had some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so,
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important and really ominous. Okay. Well, let's get out of here. I better talk to Kyoko. Okay? Can't get out of here quite yet.
however,
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there were no cameras and no monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. Yeah, so why did everyone try to execute me? I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then who did kill her?
anyway,
What can I say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed,
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. What? I could have become the victim?
indeed,
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean? Oh, yeah, how you doing? During the night? I can hear them, the footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this, which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room. And that's when that makes sense. I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And that's just not Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other
It means the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. Just a little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not? If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair? That despicable group whose only purpose is and motivation comes from despair. Then they're, make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that's forced us to go through this. Yikes. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Okay. Chapter 5, 100-Mile Dash, Pain of a Junk Food Junkie. The end. Alright. 6 left still. I'd survived, so haha. To be continued. Jesus. Jeezums. Dream Island Rocket. Oh, that's the thing from the very beginning. Phew. Okay. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. Okay? But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Well, no more talking. Let's get out of here. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool you got from the headmaster's room? Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right? That's right. Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Here we go. Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, click! Yes, it opened. And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Alright. Yay! Finally. We're finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Danganronpa. Ooh. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up to the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Okay. Up we go. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey,
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
so...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So,
Right.
because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of the society. Which is why we made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info on the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she had hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? If I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reunited after all those years, right? You would have so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him, face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in the line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future.
However,
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not too long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
There's this one thing I can never forgive. Really?
so...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow had been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him off like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. But are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Oof. I wonder how long that actually was. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. Alright. The hatch opened with ease, and so... here we are. So that's where that leads. Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at the least we're out of there. Now we're back at Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Okay. Well, let's have a nice chat again. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, there's only a matter of time till we're found out. It's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, you just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared, not cornered. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we really don't have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Okay. I'm gonna trust Kyoko talking to Mr. Monokuma. We can just work there, can we? Yes, we can. Alright. Let's get this over with, shall we? Oh, it's nighttime, I just now realized. Kyoko doesn't like her dad either.
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now we're gonna punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What? But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that it matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You! Explain yourself. What do you mean by that? Well, you set up the latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me. I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about? But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that. And in response to that unexpected development, you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. Ooh, he ain't saying nothing. But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of being that could come to our aid even after you killed it. Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did. So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto? And you can prove this, right? No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence. I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some. Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk some kind of famous detective type. If Makoto really was the killer, he would never have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you love to inspire. But here we are, comforting you with nothing but hope in our hearts. And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence? It's not you I'm trying to convince. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh? Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right. Despair can never kill hope. Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square, then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours? To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow school regulations to ensure a fair trial. It's... Oh. Ooh. Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this will be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Ooh, he ain't saying nothing. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Barry? Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax. Does that mean you accept? If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory? Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this. But this is the long-awaited climax, right? I'm just guessing the killer's barely a fitting end. So for the final face-off, you have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around at the school. If you can do that... I can barely contain myself. Then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you. That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school, then you win. But if you can't do all that, we all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure. When we have covered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all turned out. But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. So what? I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I said it before and it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But, okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What? Are you telling the truth? Why'd he go quiet all of a sudden? I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. Get lost, will ya? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone! Get out of here! Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair. Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. Ugh. So we're having a final showdown. So this is the last chapter. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. Ooh. A lot of stuff going on right now. I can hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Well, let's thank her. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would have sent my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they? They had no choice but to accept. Huh? It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down? I wasn't there to hear myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said that they hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that. And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable. You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off. And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it. But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason? They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world? The mastermind had been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody. So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why? To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point? The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
That's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making us rest of us suffer? I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular God, that was all mixed up in my brain. Take two. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. That does not make sense. Anyway, if the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter. At least that's how those who were watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves? That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove the world that despair is better than hope, they had to defeat us in the perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
However,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh and took a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I showed any uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is to earn each other's chance to fight. We have to win this time, or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but how do we know who the real enemy is? Oh, now we know who the real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone and destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Okay. Wow, there's a lot of speaking this time around. Usually between me and Kyoko. You said the dorms, correct? I think they're around here somewhere. Ooh. Nope, that's the door. The dreaded door. I can't. Let's see. Hello? That's Kyoko. Man, I gotta look through everyone's rooms now. Can't do that. That's my room. That's Mondo. Byakuya. This is Byakuya's room. Is he inside?
Hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep going. Okay. Then that's Sayaka. Toko! Are you in there? No. Shalom.
hey,
No, she's not in there either. Alright. There's Junko's room. Chihiro. Celeste. Hina! Yo! Open up. No one. Dang. Leon? Hero! Yo! I'm alive. Boy! Why is no one here? Who am I forgetting? That's all of them, right? Hina, Toko, Hiro, Byakuya, me, and then Kyoko. I don't know. Let's check the dining hall. I guess they're probably in there. They could be anywhere. Hello. And suddenly, we were greeted with... Oh, God. How do you even pronounce this? You again. 1255. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. This guy is a for some send not to blank 61. Jeez, what the heck?
however,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah! Oh, snap.
is that Makoto? Yes! It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Look at everybody. Even Byakuya seems a little surprised.
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'll take that as I missed you.
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Because we know how Hero is with ghosts. Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. Aw.
What?
Wait. What's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away. Shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Jeez, guys. Nice to meet you, too. I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why is it you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say they have their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Yeah, I bet.
Yo,
Makoto, what's it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
you know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? Hero, please. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So if there weren't any new areas, then where can we go to find new clues? Okay. What's up? You stink. Are you rotten? Rotten physically, mentally, everywhere you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so smelly. Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason. That smelly smell, that smells smelly. There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial? We're going to redo Mukuro's trial. Wait, seriously? What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you. Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it? What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind. Wait, you're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap that contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted a trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
But his decision means that he would have been the one to die.
What did
You
say?
spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You made it sound like it was easy. Just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blacken, is a clear violation of the school regulations. I don't know why my voice keeps cracking like that. It's weird. Oy. The rules state that only the Blacken is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules, which is why I went and negotiated with them to have a trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's cornered and snared. I always think it's cornered for some reason. That's what you were referring to. Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again, later. So, knowing all of this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time. We still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You probably guessed already, but if we lose this, everyone dies. Everyone? Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries. It's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. Why? You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries. That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? It's a very very polarizing approach, I know. But, okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why? If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he would have disguised the scene like that. But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in this killing game. Then the mastermind is one of us. There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. And add in Mukuro, you get 16. So the mastermind wouldn't be one of them? And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us? You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monoko might have just said all that to confuse us. It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind is being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active? Maybe they snuck off and controlled them in secret. I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed with someone sneaking off that many times. Then maybe Monokuma was an autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely possible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Yeah.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
I'm down with that.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Cute.
Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay? Yeah!
That's a new laugh. How very magnanimous magma of him to unlock all the rooms. The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway. At this point, I can only rely on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then, after making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Yeah, Master! He didn't take me with him. You blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee and cream without the cream. Or coffee. You're totally useless. So, bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. You're gonna go all by yourself, right, Kyoko? Oh, that was Hiro said that. I thought Makoto did. That's right. Which leaves just Makoto, Hina, and me. In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too. Wait, how come? Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go out by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not that I don't trust anyone, you know? But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto! That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless. So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two. Indeed. So, what's the word, Jellybird? So, you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoka? Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together. That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see that it's splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right. Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check. Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny of the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I had to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. Investigate. Alright. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead from the blast. The victim had been stabbed. Oh yeah, we heard this before. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So, where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorm where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Alright, let's places to check. Oh boy, let's get this investigation underway. So I guess we could lead up or something. Maybe. Don't they show like exclamation marks on which ones are important? Oh, I want to go to the bio lab. How about that? Alright, yeah, I guess that works too. Data center. It's nearest. Yeah. Alright, let's see what we got.
Hey, Makoto.
Ah, Makoto, you're here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured, if all the doors in the school had been unlocked, that one should be open too, right? Although I couldn't bring myself to open it, because it might explode, right? And that really suck. So, you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Great, Hina. If I die, this is your fault. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Ah, wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to the nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight onto it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. Alright. What is this? There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Okay, what we got? They look like paw prints. What's this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top, though, like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it looked kind of like a mech cockpit, right? Ifumi probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then could that mean? Alright, let's start poking at it, whatever. I'm going to start pushing buttons. But hold on, you can't just, or whatever, something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Oh. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center? I took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must mean the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. The MOM, the MOM? The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably better go check it out. Yes, please. I'm kind of scared of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. Okay. I swear to God if I explode. Once again, you'll be to blame. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Oh, it's Monokuma. Is that Monokuma? Uh-huh. Yeah, wow, he is actually a lot bigger than expected. Hey! Rawr! Rawr! Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina? What? Aw, man, busted. How'd you know? Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling? Well, I mean, I can't really see everything in here. Yeah, and guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it. Aw, man. Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. It's the place that controls Monokuma, I'm guessing. Anyway, yep. So this room controls Monokuma. And whoever controls him is the mastermind. Whoa! Hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma. Huh? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now, it was Monokuma. Monokuma? Wait, for real? Yep, looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma, which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words, maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right. But if the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true... It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But, okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in those peaks as the killing game began are those 16 students. Then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student? No, it can't be. There's no way, right? Okay, Monokuma control room. What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. No, it's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay? Oh, well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? Can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So, like, you want to leave still? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you want to get going? Yeah. Alright, let's go. Wait. Oh. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? The door! It just locked on its own! What? My hand shot out and grabbed the doorknob. Dang, they locked it. You're right, it's locked. But why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma? Hey, no fair. You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like. It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then, that room? As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So, right now you're being operated by someone in that room? Correct, no. But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? No way. The hatch on the floor? That's too bad. That was your one big chance and you blew it. Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace! He's gone, but was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. Then, when I said we should leave... Well, that hatch couldn't be open from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault. Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving. Okay, I'm gonna run around and tell everyone about what we found here. Nice! You got me all motivated again. Okay, I'm out. See you later. Ina took off at full sprint, and I have to do what I can too. That's the only way forward. Alright, we'll try one more. One more room, if I'm lucky. What do we got? Well, that's the data center. Headmaster's room. Let's see what we can find in here. Ah, yes. Ooh, pretty. But everything's all ransacked. This is the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Ah, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. Sup? Well, I thought I saw something. What was it? Right here, yeah.
Come on.
Hey, Makoto. Are you ignoring me? You think I'll just forget that because you're you? When we get out of here, remember this moment. Oh my god. Boy, what do you want? Well, you came to the right place in time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class number 78, student registry? It contains profiles for all of us, and Mukuro. Apparently, class number 78 refers to us. Wait, we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room. That's right, it also mentioned class number 78. That must be where Kyoko got that page. Oh, that's Byakuya. Man, I'm mixed up today. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers, there can be no doubt. Mukuro was a student here at Host Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
So
in other words, when it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro appeared suddenly, and in the background, an entity floats, close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can't be sure if it's a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she's gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. The fact alone proves that her tremendous skill in battle. Yikes. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind isn't even stronger than Mukuro was. What's wrong, Makoto? Huh? You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of our class, number 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. It's 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. It even lists her vitals, 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body? You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is that maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse, and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean? Wait, is he trying to say there's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Again. As usual. Alright. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice? For me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along. She's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh? The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch. But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep it in mind, thanks. Alright then. That was a good piece that I got from Byakuya. And with that, guys, I think this is a good time as any to end the episode of Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. So, if you enjoyed the video, guys, don't forget to leave a like. Also, comment and subscribe to get new feed on videos and become a member of the Tutu crew today. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter so you can recommend the future games you want me to play or chat, your preference. Also, if you subscribe, be sure to tap that bell to get notifications on videos so you'll never miss something from me ever again. But that's going to be it from Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. In the next episode, I guess we'll investigate some more, and maybe we'll get to that final trial. Who knows? But we are on the final stretch, guys. Hope will win over despair. Despair, depression are nothing in this house of Amateur. So until then, guys, have a nice day, have a nice night. Amateur is out.